What's up, guys? So today's video is going to be about the MR2. So we already did a video yesterday kind of unboxing all this stuff we got for it, and I am trying to have one of my friends help me edit videos, and we went to his place last night, and unfortunately we accidentally deleted all the footage from yesterday's video, so I kind of have to re-go over everything we got here for the MR2. I tried to save the files this morning, but everything that came back up was like corrupt, and it was a whole process of getting nowhere. So I'm just gonna go ahead and refilm what we got done yesterday real quick. We got a lot of stuff in the mail for the MR2, and like I just said, we already opened all this up. So sorry if I don't look super surprised, because it's not my first time seeing all of this, but real quick, we got a whole bunch of stuff from K-Tuned. So to start off with, this was one of the more important pieces I was waiting on. This right here is a billet 90mm throttle body from K-Tuned. Check that thing out, looks freaking sweet. Look at that, first time seeing it, looks amazing. So we got ourselves a new throttle body because the one that's on there right now isn't the right one, it's the wrong bolt pattern, and this one is a much better quality throttle body than that one anyways. And then we got some accessories for that throttle body as well. Right now there is a 4-inch V-band on here, or 4-inch like outlet, or whatever you want to call it, on the outside of the throttle body right here. This is a 3.5-inch inlet, so we could swap that out if we need to, but I am going to be using 4-inch intercooler piping to feed that guy anyway, so we're probably gonna run it with that one on there. And then in this box right here, we got ourselves a TPS from K-Tuned as well, and this is really sweet. It's like a stock style TPS, but this one has a billet housing that goes around it with the K-Tuned logo on there, so that is really sweet, nice and fancy. And then K-Tuned also sent us some more coil covers to go on the valve cover. They sent us 2 of those. One of these is for Roman's car, the Grinch. They sent him some stuff to dress up his engine bay because right now he just has a whole bunch of stock stuff. So they sent one for his car and then one for the MR2. And then in here, we got this coolant block off plate that goes on the front of the head right here. If you wanna come around, this guy goes right here next to my Pro J intake manifold, because this intake manifold is aftermarket, and a factory K24 has an intake manifold that comes all the way over and covers up this coolant stuff right here. But this is the same thing that we have on Honda. This guy will bolt on just like that and cover up those coolant ports, and then a coolant line goes from that down to the thermostat housing. And we have this piece ready to go, and then they also sent us the hose to go with that as well, with K-Tuned on the hose. And then we also got this piece in from K-Tuned as well. This is what goes on the side of the cylinder head right here, and it kind of blocks off these coolant ports, and then the upper coolant line goes to that right there. And I went ahead and got the dash 16 fitting that goes on there. This is an option. You can either have this or just like a standard hose barb that just takes a clamp, but I'm gonna be running all dash 16 AN line for my coolant line. So I got that fitting right there. It's gonna help clean it up a lot. And then this piece right here screws into the top, and this is really cool because if you guys remember when I first got this thing put together, I didn't really have anywhere to fill it up with coolant. I never had a swirl pot or any sort of fill neck, and I would like unhook one of my coolant lines with a hose clamp, hold the line up in the air, fill it as best I could, and just kind of put it on. But I always had some air bubbles in the system and stuff. But with this piece, we have this optional filler neck that comes off the side of it. So when we bolt this on right here, I'll be able to fill it up with coolant right there. So that is really cool as well. And then we also have a few more things in this box right here from K-Tuned as well. So they sent us just some more dress up stuff. Like I said, some of this is for Roman's car, and then some of this for the MR2. We just got some more oil dipsticks right here, the billet ones from K-Tuned. Looks like we got some more oil fill caps, got a couple of those. So those are gonna clean up the motors a whole bunch. They sent another billet TPS, so they hooked us up with 2 of those. And then if you look right here, we actually have a brand new set of race cables from K-Tuned. So this is actually for Roman's car. When we went to PFI's event this last weekend, Roman brought his Grinch out to that, and he was having some issues with the car not wanting to shift right. And after he got back, it turns out one of the cables was rubbing on his exhaust, and it actually burnt through one of them all the way. And I sent a picture to K-Tuned, and he only needed 1 cable replaced. I was like, what do we need to do to get this replaced? And he's like, don't worry about it, man. I'll send him a new set of cables out. And he literally sent 2 brand new race cables for Roman's car. So we'll be able to get those on before Streetcar Takeover, so Roman can race his car as well. But yeah, just a huge shout out to K-Tuned for always helping us out. And yeah, just can't thank them enough. They literally just said, don't worry about it. We'll hook them up with some new ones. And That's exactly what they did. So we got some new cables for Roman's car as well. Got a whole bunch of goodies to finish up the coolant, and we got that throttle body, so we can go from there on that stuff. And then we did get one more box in the mail for the MR2, and this is mainly what this video is going to be about. So inside this box right here, we have ourselves a intercooler core from CSF, and this is a bag row right here. So this is a 25" by 12" by 4.5" thick intercooler. This puppy right here is rated for 1200 horsepower. And I'm gonna be custom making the end tanks on this thing to fit my exact application, because as you guys know, we got the twin turbo, so no standard intercooler off the shelf is gonna work for me. We're gonna have to make this custom. And we got this beefy intercooler core right here. So it's really nice and thick. It's gonna keep the air nice and cool, and we'll be able to make a whole bunch of power on this thing. So like I said, we already started on this stuff yesterday.
Real nice and thick.
Oh yeah, dude, she's a thick girl with 3 C's. That thing's heavy. Beefy old intercooler. So yesterday I went and got some aluminum, and we already cut into this, and I already got to work on making the end tanks, which I will show you guys here in a second. This right here is 3/16 aluminum. So the last intercooler I ever did was actually on Jeremy's Civic. That's the only one I've done homemade end tanks for, and that was out of 1/8" aluminum, I believe. But we're going for some big boy power on this thing. So I got 3/16 aluminum. This is what Sean told me I need to get. So it is really nice and thick, so we can hold a lot of power. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and clean out the back of the trunk. I just kind of put all that stuff in there to show you guys what we got from K-Tune and stuff. And I'm going to be setting the intercooler core in the back of the MR2, and I'm gonna show you guys where we are at on that so far. All right, so I got the intercooler core in the trunk of the MR2 right now, and these are just some cardboard templates that I made yesterday. I got those taped back on there just to show you guys how I'm going to do this. So I started with the cardboard templates first, just to make sure we would have enough room for everything, and I wanted to kind of map it out and make sure that this would look good, and I'm happy with this. And I did already move forward with this, and I'll show you guys what I mean by that here in a second. But on this side, we have a 4" circle right here, because that is going to be for a 4" charge pipe. I'm going to have that welded straight off of there. Then that will shoot over through this gap, and then 90 right into the throttle body right there. And then if you come over to this side, we have two 2.5" circles right here, and that will be for these guys. Some 2.5" intercooler piping. One will go there, and one will go right here, and those are going to be for each separate turbo. So I think this is going to turn out really sick. And another thing is that I'm going to be cutting out the bottom of the trunk right here. So this intercooler is actually going to sit 4.5 inches lower than it is right now. 4.5 inches is the thickness of this thing, and I'm going to drop it all the way down so that the top of the fins right here are actually flush with this, and then that will give me a lot more room to run the intercooler pipes coming off each turbo. But I plan on this one to just kind of come down and around through here, and then 90 into that one. And then this one right here, I just want that to go up and over that, and then straight down into the second one. And the intercooler pipes will be done and ready to go. And then another thing I do want to do is right here where this middle line is drawn, I want to add a plate on the inside of that that butts up really nice and tight to the side of the core right here, so that each turbo kind of has its own bank of the intercooler, and then they both merge together here, and then they both come out this 4" circle and then into the intake. But yeah, that's my basic plan for the intercooler. I already got started on it yesterday, and I actually have this end tank right here all tacked together. I'm just gonna go ahead and lift this guy out of the car real quick and show you that. And then I figured, since all that stuff got deleted from yesterday, I didn't get super far on this core. So I think for today, I'm going to try to get the other side tacked together, and then we'll end the video there, so I can at least get a little bit more work done. But hold on, I gotta set this camera down, this thing's heavy. Got my core right here, and last night I got this end tank all tacked together. This is gonna be the one that takes the 4" intercooler pipe, and we had to cut all these pieces out on the vertical bandsaw. We do have a shear here, but it is nowhere near strong enough to cut out material this thick. So this was all cut out by hand on the bandsaw, and I think it came out really good. I still have to get it completely welded up, and I still have to hole saw out the 4" hole that goes right here. And I actually did run to Home Depot this morning, and I grabbed all that stuff. It's in here. Got our 4" hole saw, and then a 2.5" hole saw for the other ones. And I also grabbed some acetone and some rags so we can clean off all of our aluminum before we go to fully weld everything. But yeah, I got this end tank all tacked together. This is pretty much all I got done last night, but it took a long time to measure everything and cut it all out. So I spent a good couple hours just getting this far. And then yeah, if you look real close, you can see that I didn't make these pieces perfectly flush, I kind of made a little fillet joint on each one. And I did that so we get good penetration on all the joints. So we want to get in there nice and deep so this thing doesn't blow apart on us. We have had intercoolers blow apart on us in the past, and I will be welding this completely on the outside and inside as well. So that thing should not be coming apart anytime soon. And then I also have these pieces right here for the other side. So I still have to put this one together and then get the 2.5 inch holes hole sawed out of this for the other side. But as you can see, this will fit on the core just like that, and it fits up really nice. Really happy with how it's coming out so far. So good fitment all the way around. That will just weld straight on, and then our 4-inch intercooler pipe will come right off that guy. And then we'll do the other side and we'll be ready to rock. It definitely sucks we lost all of the footage from yesterday. I made a whole montage from when we started drawing the templates out on the cardboard and then moving those over to the aluminum sheet and then getting it all cut out and then getting that thing tacked together. But it is what it is. You guys get the idea. And I still have some more cuts to make to finish this side. And I plan on getting this one tacked together for this video, get the other end tank kind of mocked up. So I will be making a little montage of doing that one real quick. And yeah, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and get right into it and get this other one tacked together. And then we'll have both our end tanks kind of mocked up. And then the only thing left to do will be to get everything welded. All right, I got the other end tank all tacked together and I put the core back into the trunk of the MR2 and just got them butted up next to it. And I think it is going to come out sweet. It is already looking awesome. So I still have to hole saw this 4-inch hole right here and then both of these 2.5-inch hole saws on this one, get everything completely welded up. But you guys get the idea. That is going to be the basic outline of our intercooler. Now the only thing left to do is just get those holes cut out and get it all welded up. And it'll be done. So good. And you have to reenact like it's your first time seeing it again. Like, wow. Because I showed Brent my plans yesterday.
Whoa!
Look at
Check that, man.
Look how sick that is.
That's
You've never
cool.
even, you had no idea.
I didn't.
And then also, we opened up a package yesterday, and this guy sent us some keychains. He sent Shane a keychain of Goofy right there. So that was awesome. He sent a long note that was zip tied together. So he said Brent reminds him of a rad surfer dude. So yeah, shout out to the keychain guy. Forgot his name. I always forget people's names.
Yeah, I know. Science of Speed was his Instagram.
Oh yeah, Science of Speed. Yep. So shout out for the keychains.
Yeah, that's cool.
And yeah, intercooler's coming along though. So if you guys can just imagine that like a little lower because it's going to be flush down in there. Then we'll have some pipes running over there. A big 4-inch pipe to the intake. Some cooling fans on there.
I can't wait.
It'll be good.
It's really looking good.
And I did just plan on mounting this thing perfectly flat with the trunk cut out underneath it. Then just have some fans on there to help pull air through. But I don't know, let me know in the comments. I was also thinking about maybe dropping it even lower and mounting it at a slight angle underneath the car and then do some like sheet metal work underneath so it can kind of help catch some of the air that's flowing underneath the car, and then those fans can help suck air out. And then I was also thinking about cutting out some holes like down here in this back wall, and then that will connect that back wall to the bumper, and then putting some diffusers on the back bumper right here, kind of like how this one is right here, but just imagine this as 2 separate diffusers without the middle section. Then that guy would like go on there, and then air can pass all the way through the back of it and help keep it extra cool. But I don't think it's gonna have any problem keeping those turbos cool. It is rated for 1200 horse, so we should be all right.
We should be all right. That'd be fine.
Yeah, I think it's coming out sick though. But guys, that is as far as I'm gonna get on the intercooler for today. I could definitely spend a good another couple hours on this thing and just get it completely knocked out, get everything welded up, and it would be done. But Hayden just called me and he told me that some parts just arrived at my house for the Prelude, and we're trying to get this thing ready for Street Car Takeover this weekend. So we only have today and tomorrow to get it ready. We already have a box right there with some stuff in it for the car that I actually need to bring back with me, because that box goes with the other package that just arrived. And yeah, I need to focus on getting the Prelude done. So I will be coming back to the MR2 probably after this weekend, and we'll get this intercooler knocked out and get the trunk cut out for it and get everything mounted up, get our intercooler piping plumbed, and then we can start on the exhaust and then just go from there. Then we got to get the wiring cleaned up and get all the little things done with the car. But yeah, that is going to be it for tonight, guys, or for today. So sorry we lost the video from yesterday and Ande. Don't delete my footage this time. If you guys are watching this right now, then he did a good job, and you can thank him in the comments. And he did feel really bad about it. So we are humans, we make mistakes sometimes, it's no big deal. But I gotta get going so I can go work on the Prelude for today's video. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and hope you all enjoyed.